Hi everyone. So in this video we will discuss how to use the existing MCP servers to achieve what we require. So now first there are multiple things that we can do. I will come towards the end of the video. First I have a requirement. I have got a Excel sheet in which I have got my students' mark. I want to make an analysis. I used to do this every semester. And how do I generally do is, I write my own queries, I do the plotting, I write not exactly queries in Excel, we write expressions, counter and so on, and it will take a lot of time, basically at least an hour to make the analysis. Now what I am going to do is, I am just going to use one of the MCP server that is available for processing Excel sheets. Now I will just show that. Actually here is the MCP server for Excel. You can just look at it, right. So we will use this MCP server and we will easily process. And what I am going to do is, I am going to use Cloud Desktop, and when you look at the installation of Cloud Desktop, it's very easy, straightforward, provided by Anthropic itself for Windows and Mac users, but for Linux users that doesn't work. But there is a good GitHub repo which helped me to run. Basically I am using Linux. I used this particular repo, I just cloned it and I followed the instructions that has been given in the readme. Now I am able to run my Cloud Desktop on my Linux as well, right. So what we are going to do now is, first of all we have to add the Excel MCP server into our Cloud Desktops. So the Cloud Desktop is going to be the host. It can handle multiple clients. Now we are going to add one of the server, right, to which it can establish a client connection. So I have provided here, actually I have created a GitHub repo for this particular workshop. You can see here, and here you have got a PDF file, right, connecting to existing MCP servers. I have added this. In this you can see how to connect to Google, and also there will be changes when you do for Windows that we have mentioned here as well. So you can just look at it and do. I will just open that particular document here and explain. Now we are just going to do it for Excel, right. So let's go to that particular section. It's very simple. Why I chose Excel for demonstration is, it is very simple to begin with, right. What we have to do is go to this Cloud Desktop and basically click here on these three lines and go to File, go to Settings, come down. Here you will find Developer. In this you can use this Edit Config. Click on this Edit Config button. Automatically in Windows it opens. Sometimes it just indicate the location, right. So open that. It will be empty. Now I have filled it. So we have got data, but otherwise it will be empty. The job that you have to do is, you can add a list of MCP servers here, right. This is a client or it is a host, right, which can connect to multiple servers. So we will be providing the list of servers. This is going to be like the tool registry where we tell what are the tools that are available, right. So or basically server registry kind of thing. Here we tell all the servers. Here we tell this MCP server dictionary is open. Inside that we are adding the first server, right. So Excel, and here the command is npx. Npx is for JavaScript. Basically this server requires JavaScript code. So we are having this npx. So in your mission also you should install the latest node version. That is important. You have to have 16 above. You can check the documentation as well, their documentation. That should be installed, then only it will work. And then you are providing the arguments, right, in which you mention what MCP server you want to use, right. So we have followed just the readme section, what they have told. We have followed the instructions, and now this config is ready, right. Once you have updated the config, please make sure that you are closing the Cloud Desktop, right. You have to close it completely and open it. That is very important, right. In Windows you have to just go to the program manager thing, you have to terminate the process and open. Otherwise you will not be able to see the changes what we have made, right. Initially when I was trying also, I was making the mistake that I was not doing it properly. So what happened was I couldn't see my MCP server running, that happened, right. So once you have done it, you can see here Excel will come, other things may not come for you. One day Excel will come and it should be running. If there is any other problem, it will give us error, right, and also it will be giving, it will be directing to logs, right. For every MCP client, a log will be maintained. If there is a problem, you will be seeing the logs, link to the logs where you can go and you can just look at it, what is the problem. You can use internet for resolving the error and you can make sure that it is running. Just verify whether it is successfully done, right. Once this is done, now we can go to the chat, right. Once I go to the chat, I can click on this search and tools where I will be able to see Excel, right. So Excel is there, you can see what are the things, what are the tools that are available. There is Excel copy sheet, Excel create table, Excel describe sheets, Excel, like this, many things are there, right. Many functions are there, many tools, these are basically tools, right. So which will be helpful for processing the Excel file. Now I will just show you how I use this. What I did was I wanted to analyze the Excel file. As I mentioned, I have got a student's mark and I wanted to analyze it. So I gave analyze the file. I gave the location of the file in my desktop. When we do it for the first time, it will prompt, it will show, it will ask you permission, allow to use this particular tool. By that way you will know what tool we are using. One of the drawback before MCP was, we will never know what the tool is being used by the LLM. Completely everything will be hidden from the user, right. But now when we are using MCP, it asks for your permission, right. I have given actually use it always. If you are giving always, from the next time it will not ask for your permission, but it will know, it will let us know what it is using. Here also you can see that it is using the Excel describe sheets function. It is just showing what request, what response. So everything is crystal clear, right. To answer this particular query, what tools are being used, that is being shown to the user, right, so that we will have a clear idea. So it is clearly telling how many students are there, all information, right, what are the components I had and who has got the highest mark, everything is being shown here. And next what I am asking you to do is, can you make a plot of the total marks secured by the students, right. This was the question. So it has made a dashboard, right. It automatically created the code. It just created a code for making the analysis, automatically did it, and it showed how many S grade was there, how many A grades were there, how many B grades. Clearly it made an analysis and it plotted the graph as well, so that I got clearly what is the statistics of this, right. This is how we can use existing MCP server. Now we have used the Excel server, right. Next what we are going to use is the SQLite, right. Sometimes we will be having a database like where we have got many tables and you want to use it, right. So how we can use it is, we can see here, I have provided in my GitHub repo, you can go to MCPDB and look at that readme. The first step is, you must go to terminal and pip install MCP server SQLite. This you should do, right. So you are installing the MCP server for SQLite, and then you go and add this part in the configuration, right. Once again let us open the configuration of Cloud Desktop. Okay. So already we have added one server, right. Next server that we are going to add is for SQLite. Let me just go down. Yeah, this is what we are adding, right. Okay, so you are adding for SQLite. So this is the part that you will add. Okay, so SQLite, and the command is previously used npx because that was JavaScript based. This is based on Python, this MCP server. So we are using UV, right. UV is another package manager similar to pip, right. We are using UV to run this particular server, right. So the arguments as mentioned in the documentation, we give everything, right. You mention the name of the server, MCP server SQLite, and the parameters that is required. For this, the DB path is required. The DB path, the DB is present in my laptop, right? So I am giving the path of the DB. This is a open DB that is available. I have put in my GitHub repo also for easiness. I thought that Excel, everyone may be having some files, right? But many of us may not have this particular DB, right? So I just added to my GitHub repo as well. You can see here this chinook.db. This is available on the internet. We are going to use this. So I have, when you are configuring, I have just mentioned that particular DB as well, right? Now let us go to Cloud Desktop and use it. Okay, after you make the changes, don't forget to restart the Cloud Desktop. If you are not restarting, then you will not see the new MCP server what you have added. So once we add a MCP server to the config file, we have to restart the Cloud Desktop, right? Now let's go back to chat and I will show you how I have used it, right? Yeah. Yes. Database table count. You can see once again in these tools and search, you can see here we are having SQLite. SQLite server is running, right? And these are the functions, right? Like list table, create table, many tools are available, right? That we can use. Now I am asking a query, how many tables are there in the database? It is just listing down the tables, right? You can ask how many, or else you can ask how many records are there in playlist table. I can ask like this, okay? You can ask. So you can see that it is telling us what tool is being used, right? And it is telling 18 records out there, right? You can ask any query like this, DB, which can be, you need not know the syntax of SQL. You can ask just like you chat with anyone, right? That's how it will be made easy. This is how I am just demonstrating you two things. This is how we can connect to existing MCP servers. So in the documentation which I have shared in the GitHub repo, we have shown how you can connect to PowerPoint, even GitHub. You can make it to write README. We have tried it. You can also try it. The steps are clearly given in the documentation. You can open it. You can ask Claude or any LLM to write some README for your projects. Anything can be done, right? Like you can create your own PowerPoint. It will create a PowerPoint if you specify what are the requirements. It will create a PowerPoint. Notion you can use with Notion. Everything, YouTube, with YouTube we can use it. All have been documented. You can try it out. Okay, thank you.